Hey guys, it's been a little while since I've kind of done any sort of blog post update or anything like that, but I just kind of wanted to run over a couple of things that it's kind of been on my mind because recently I've noticed a lot of impatience with clients regarding the movement of a campaign. All right, and I'm going to give you an example of somewhat. This is actually my business as well. I'm actually the marketing director for Thermal Deacon Property Investment. We're a London-based property investment company. But I just kind of want to give you a bit of an insight into the pace in which we're taking the SEO campaign, because obviously, I mean, we don't want to be rushing anything. We're trying to build a long-term online asset that's going to continue to drive leads to the business from now till forever, hopefully. So I'm just going to give you a bit of insight of how slow I'm taking it. Now, the only reason I'm kind of doing this is because, like I said, there's a bit of impatience from clients recently. I've actually lost quite a few clients recently because they're very impatient about the speed in which they're getting the results. And I think it's something that, if you're a business owner, you really need to understand that things are going to take time. It could be my fault as as the provider of the service that maybe I'm not setting expectations correctly. But that's something, it needs to be talked about during the onboarding process with the client. But it's all about just accepting that this is going to take time. This isn't going to happen overnight. I kind of show you where we're at with this business. This is so the business launched at the start of August. The SEO campaign didn't start until the start of September. All right, and we've been, I'm taking my time with this. We're investing a good bit of money in it. Everything I'm building's, it's very thought out. I'm really thinking every single link that I'm building's thought out. The on page is researched, analysed. It's all thought out. But I mean, 5 months into it, we only got 120 backlinks. We're indexed according to Ahrefs for 292 terms. I think we're way more than that. I don't pay any attention to these numbers because they're just figures. But I mean, if we just look at the past year, this is where we started. Actually, the SEO campaign started at the end of September, really, before the first link really got noticed here. And it's been just a really slow, gradual process. I'm not rushing this at all. I think that a lot of business owners seem to think, the quicker we get the links in, the quicker the website's going to rank. You need to understand that a link is going to take around about 6 weeks to even 6 months for that power and that relevancy to even kick into a website. And then we're, as a business, we're battling on quite a number of fronts here. We're doing articles for the blog. We're taking on 4 locations. We're taking on different properties within those locations. So we're trying to beat, local agents are also marketing that product. We're trying to be the actual developer of the product, the architect, and as well to go on top of that, you've got general property investment and real estate, that sort of side of things. It's quite a competitive market, no matter where you are in the world. So this is to give you an idea of how slow we are taking it. I mean, we have got good results, so far. I mean, September to February, we're only we're on the 13th of February here, but we've got some number ones, and for some blog articles, we've got some page 4s coming in. Things like this here are quite important. Like student property investment in Liverpool. So we're not based in Liverpool, so we're based in London, but it's trying to build effective links off page and sort of on page out correctly that we can rank, in the Liverpool related terms. You've got more top 10s, position 1s, top 10s, top 3s in here. This is something here though that's happening now. Like a lot of terms, like the bigger terms especially, are really starting to slow down. So things like hotel investment. This is a big term for us. We really want to grow our hotel investment side of the business, but we've been sitting here. We've only, like, this term here just broke page 1 maybe about 2 weeks ago or something like that. And it's just kind of sat at position 10, bounced back down to page 2, went back to position 10. And the other terms here, they've been sitting on page 2 now for a couple of months. But I know eventually every single one of them is going to snap straight up to page 1. So it's just having that patience and me knowing that that's going to happen, and monitoring everything. It's gone up to that process, that point that is, I know this is going to happen. So it's just about taking my time. And it's the same goes for all these other terms here, investment in Manchester, invest in Manchester. These are page 2 as well. They're going to take time. We've got some big ones down here, Manchester property investment. It's going to take time as well. This has been sitting on page 2 for a couple of months as well now. It's going to sit there, and you've got to understand, we're not a Manchester-based company. And I'm not doing anything in a way of we're not creating virtual offices there or anything like that. We're just purely ranking an inner page for Manchester. And there's a lot of Manchester-based companies that are in here because we're up against letting agents, estate agents, anything like that as well. So we're taking them on as well. So we're moving at a nice, gradual, slow process. It's a slow speed, and just having the process is extremely thought out. And this is something you need to understand. That just if you are a business owner, things are going to take time. Especially if you've got a website that's brand new, so a website which is a clean domain, which makes things a lot easier to SEO, to be honest. But it doesn't matter where you are. If you're page 2, it's going to take a while to pop up to page 1. If you're brand new, it's going to take a while to get to page 2, and then you're going to be in that sort of slow period before you pop up to page 1. Like this term here, should I invest in Manchester property? That was lingering on page 2 for ages. We actually got that up to page 2 pretty quickly, and then it's only been in the past week, I think it is, that it's popped up to page 1. And we've got some other terms as well, but there's actually a lot of page 1 terms in there, but obviously they're more properly laid. Some blogs, because it's really important to understand the topical SEO and how you can mix that in with the actual SEO process or the actual content process of your website to get more traffic that way. And we've got, it's been a nice slow process here. We know we're starting to increase traffic. Obviously it dropped in December, pretty much everybody dropped in December. Built back up in January, and then obviously we're into February. Now my goal, is to get the actual hits of the website from an organic standpoint up to around 500 to 1,000 a month. I think where we're at the moment. I think our highest one was January. I did 434 in January. I'm looking to get up to $1,000 by the end of June. 1,000 hits a month, totally doable. We've got more properties coming on. We've got more blogs, more content that we're going to be talking about, and it's just understand how to obviously make that topically relevant to rank it. Yeah. So at the point of this video, I was just trying to give an overview. That you've got to, as a business owner, you've got to understand that you need to be patient with whoever the SEO company is. That's doing the work for you. You need to have expectations set, and it does come down to budget. As much as I'm sure there's a lot of business owners out there that would like to just spend a few £100s a month on SEO and see magic results within 3 months. It's probably not going to happen unless you really have nobody to compete against. As an example here, obviously we're in quite a big market within the UK, and obviously we're going to move towards other markets as well. Dubai, Singapore, and that in the future, that'll be the plan. But as this website goes, it's been 5 months of just really slowly building up the off-page side of things. So many different kind of links. That's the thing I think it's important as well. A lot of people are getting a bit stuck on this guest post side of things. You get a lot of businesses getting hit with these guest post providers, stuff like that. You really need to understand the SEO is a lot more, I'm not going to say complex, but for my level it's easier than just guest posts, but they do come in and they are important. But you're going to get hit a lot with emails from people trying to supply guest posts to you and stuff like that. Just ignore it. Unless you really know what you're doing with these guest posts, you need to understand how to analyse the websites that they're offering and things like that as well to actually see if they're going to be of good quality. You probably just leave that to an SEO company to look for you. But yeah, just expectations. Okay, if you're having an SEO campaign done for your business, just be patient. If the company that you're working with saying they're going to guarantee X amount of results in X amount of time, I'd probably be a bit dubious about that, purely because you can't really guarantee anything within Google until it happens. So just think about that. Just think about what they're offering you, the price point they're offering for you as well. They need to you need to know your market, and they need to know they need to understand how to analyze the market and really what they're up against to really guarantee any sort of results. You literally need to be maybe one of 3 businesses to guarantee results in a certain time. But if that's the case, as long as your own page is pretty solid, you're probably going to rank anyway. So yeah, just quick overview of patience, which is key when you are working with any SEO company. All right, cheers.